Hey everyone, this is Nick from Mecha Warehouse, and today we're back with weekly update number 121, and we're reshooting this actually. We already shot this earlier, and apparently there was some audio issues and not recoverable audio issues or things that we could just set aside, so decided to reshoot it. Thankfully, the update this week was a little shorter, so it's not like I'm redoing a huge long thing. So first up though, let's kick off with Week in Review. We talk about what's been going on in the warehouse, things that are coming up, stuff like that. And first off, let's talk about the whole Bandai BNTCA issue. The good news is our alternative suppliers are showing up. We're getting good stock, getting stuff that we need. We've got a really good restock this week thanks to one of those distributors. We've got, I think 3 pallets came in yesterday. On Wednesday, we checked them in, and we got probably another 3 pallets coming next week at least, maybe more. That's exciting. We've got some good restocks, and we've definitely got some good supply coming. Some of it's not the largest quantities of some of these items. There are things that will sell out pretty quickly, but the good news is some of the stuff we'll be able to get again very fast because there's more on the shelf. It's just we're a little limited in how much we can get at a time and stuff like that while we work through all this stuff. So that's really cool. On the same note with distributors, we're actually been kind of fending off distributor reps a little bit. The moment our video went up on Thursday talking about the whole BNTCA issue, we started getting distributor reps reaching out from a number of distributors, and that's I think good news. Our account is worth a lot to these sales reps. And so the phone calls and emails and all that kind of stuff have been coming in. So we've been having conversations with distributors we've never heard of before, conversations with distributors we've worked with in the past, and it's all starting to come together. I'm sure things will be a little hit or miss until we get kind of a long-term solid plan worked out and get some like ongoing orders in and stuff like that. But it's exciting. And we were also able to get some stock for certain pre-orders as well, so we'll be able to fulfill some. So for example, we got a very small number of Fair Acts. We were able to get some Choo Choo Demi Trainer, Mazinger Zero. I think we got enough to fulfill all of our pre-orders on. Same thing with the Pokemon. We got a couple 30-minute sisters, Lyranel and Laranel, that we'll be able to fulfill pre-orders on. And we're definitely seeing other stuff out there, including potentially lots of stuff like the MGEX, working on some deals to try to get a large number of those in. Maybe they'll happen, maybe they won't, we'll see. But we're definitely trying, and there's options out there, so we'll see kind of what happens over the next few weeks with that stuff. As far as dealing with cancellations and all that kind of stuff, Patrick informed me at the end of the day yesterday that he was up to order 37,045, which was I think November 15th in the AM. So just so you know where we're at in terms of reaching out. Of course, by the time you see this, we'll be much further along. But we've been gradually reaching out to people, trying not to send emails to everybody all at once. 1, because it's just a lot of emails to send. And 2, so that way we can respond to everybody in a timely manner as we're crossing people off the list and dealing with those orders. We're sending out more emails to more people. And so we'll hopefully work through it in the next week or two. It's been slow going, but we're making progress. Keep in mind though that doesn't mean that there's another like 8,000 people to reach out to between order 37,000 and where we're at order count wise. A lot of the orders in that range are not necessarily pre-orders, so that means that there's not really that many to go, and we'll hopefully get through them ASAP. So also going on this week, the February mystery box ends today, Thursday. So we'll be shipping those out potentially as soon as this afternoon, Thursday, maybe Friday, maybe early next week, depending on how much bandwidth we have, and shipping out those other pre-orders and shipping regular orders. But they will be going out soon, and I'm already starting to make plans for a March mystery box. So hopefully we'll be announcing that one pretty soon. Also, I'll be down at Old Dominion Open next week. I'll be flying down a week from today, the day you're seeing this, Friday. The show is Saturday, February 25th, down in Richmond, Virginia at the Richmond Raceway. If you're in the area, I recommend going. If you're into gunpla building or modeling in general, there's tons of great builders will be there. There's, I think, 4 Gundam categories, tons of amazing work. If you're into that kind of stuff, there's vendors tables and all sorts of other stuff too. And if you're there, definitely say hi, tap me on the shoulder, whatever. I'll hopefully have a goodie bag of some things to give away and stuff like that. And I hope to see you there if you're in the area. And also, one other thing for weekend review. So I found out the other day that Friday the 17th, the day that this is going live, is National Random Acts of Kindness Day. So just kind of wanted to use this as an opportunity to talk about positivity in the community. Definitely, if you see somebody's work you like, give them a compliment. Help people out in the community, give them a shout out, things like that. Let's spread some positivity and help people with their gunpla, basically. So all that said, let's move on to pre-orders. There are no pre-orders this week. Restocks, let's do that next. We got some great restocks. All right, restocks. So you can see we got a whole bunch of stuff in. Some of these items came in great quantities, or okay quantities, decent quantities. Some of these things we only got a few of, so just keep that in mind as you're shopping the website. Some of these might disappear really fast. HG Gundam, the Origin line, we got the Zaku 2 Type 6, C6, R6, as well as the Type C, C5. I think there's some minor differences in the mobile suit itself between the two. I'm not sure what they are off the top of my head, but both are supposed to be great kits. Any of the Gundam, the Origin kits are supposed to be really good. Age 3 normal HG, we got that one as well. And then a whole bunch of HGUC. First up, the HGUC 32 Zaku 2. This is the Char's version. Just keep in mind, when you see a low HGUC number like 32, I've built the HGUC 40, which I believe is a very similar mold to this. It's definitely not a great kit compared to most modern kits. The joints aren't as stiff. There's lots of issues with it. If you're looking for a project kit that requires a lot of extra work, that might still be worthwhile. I'd recommend some of the newer Zaku variants, for the Zaku at least. But maybe it's the kind of thing you're into. We also got restock on HGVO. This is an older kit too, but I think it's the only variant of that. We got the Moon Gundam, always a popular kit, really solid kit from all accounts I've heard. HG Gundam NT1. This is the Gundam Alex. We got the Unicorn Gundam Destroy Mode. We also got the HG Jagan and the HG Gaplant TR5, aka the Hyrule. We got a bunch of Jim variants. First up is the Jim Quell. So that's one of the Titans variants, I think, from Advance of Zeta. We got the HG Gyan. It's been a little while since we've had this one. Happy to have that one. The Johnny Ridden Zaku 2. So this is a newer HGUC number. I'm not sure about the mold, if it's based on the other one or not, but it's definitely a much more recent kit. Blue Destiny Unit 1 Exam. These are kind of cool designs. Very similar to, I'd say, the Gundam Ground Type and Jim Ground Type in the way it's put together, and it's a very recent kit, relatively speaking. Got the Jim Command Space. Haven't seen these in a little while. Pretty cool kit. We got the HG GOG HGUC 008. So a very, very old kit. What's the date on this one? 2000. So no idea how good the kit is itself, but if you're into the GOG, might be worth getting. Jim Command, so very similar to the Jim Command Space. It might even be the same exact mold. I'm not sure if there's any differences other than the color. And then the Jim Custom, which is a pretty cool Jim variant from Stardust Memory. Moving on, Pokemon. So we've got 4 Pokemon kits in this week, including, do these two first, the Gyarados and Alcremie. So these are new releases, and getting these in allowed us to fulfill the pre-orders for these. I think we'll be packing them soon after we shoot this, actually, at least the ones that are free to go. So some of the kits that we were able to snag that I was talking about earlier. We also got the Score Bunny and the Magikarp Big, model kit Big, so like the full size or whatever. 30-minute Sisters, we got a bunch of stuff as well. 30-minute missions, or 30-minute Sisters option hand parts, white and black. So we got that accessory pack if you need hands. We also got 4 30-minute Sisters, the Farfurina, the Liranel and Laranel. So these are also new releases, allowing us to fulfill our pre-orders on those. And the Alka Cardi, which I believe we had before as well. So got all of those in. Got some master grades as well this week. I think we just barely sold out of the Gelgoog this week, so we managed to snag some more MG Char's Gelgoog. So we got those. We also got, throw those up here, I guess, out of the way. We got a few, not very many, of the MG RX-78 3.0. It's a solid kit. I've got one in my office right now. Tons of detail, part separation. It's a really cool kit. And the Zeta, Master Grade Zeta 2.0. That one as well. This one's kind of cool in that it comes with a base for the catapult deck, so good base to be able to pose it on. And then two other MGs. We got the MG Gun Cannon and the MG God Gundam. Real grades, two real grades this week. Crossbone Gundam X1 and the High New. I think we still have some High New in stock. We were able to top off because we were getting close to running out, but we don't have a super long-term supply of them right now. So it's a great kit if you want one. Now's a great chance to get it. We got the Miles Kenbu Zon, and actually the correct Zon this time. Last time we thought we were getting them. We had a whole ton coming, and that was actually accidentally shipped the Miles Kenbu. So excited to have the actual Zon kit in stock now. We got a bunch of kits from other places. From Volks, we got the Vlockers Fior, Dracaena, and Nebula. And we also got the limited edition with the extra parts. So if you get that version, you'll get this box plus the extra parts here. I think there's some extra faces and some extra, I think they're clear parts to replace or add on some of the other parts that come in the kit. So kind of cool. I don't think if they reprint it, they won't reprint those parts. From, who makes this one? Alpha Max, I believe. This is the Isis, so kind of a Egyptian kind of theme there. If you're into the girl kits, that might interest you. Motoroid we got in the Ikaruga, I believe this is. I'm not super familiar with the game that's from, but kind of an interesting looking design. Cool swords and stuff. And then we also got from the 5-Star Stories, this is the new release from Volks, the S Engage SR1. So these kits, I guess, are a little different than your typical like Bandai kit. They're not fully snapped. There's some screws involved, maybe some glue, but they're supposed to be pretty cool kits. So if you're looking for a challenge, might be something worth taking a look at. Last two kits, we definitely didn't get a large number of these, but we did get a few PGs actually. PG Astray Red Frame and the PG Exia. I expect these to sell out nearly instantaneously based on the numbers we got. So by the time you're seeing this, if you want one, you should go check right now because they're probably gone already. And then beyond all the kits, we did get a Gaia paint restock as well. Some of the colors that had sold out when we got our first batch of Gaia, so those will definitely be worth checking out if you missed them the first time around. And I guess we'll head back to the desk and finish the rest of the weekly update. Okay, so that was it for restocks. Like I said, a bunch of these items did not necessarily come in huge quantities. Some of them will sell out very, very fast. We'll hopefully be able to get more in the near future. But if you're wanting any of those items, I would definitely take a look and grab them sooner rather than later if you want to get them from us. Okay, so let's move on to Q&A. So this is the part where I answer questions from you, the viewer. If you have a question you want answered, post it down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer it next time. First up is Plastic Germs. Question: how do you think the U.S. gunpla community can grow to what it is in Asian countries? So this is a great question. It's kind of a difficult question, but I think the most important thing, other than, we've got kind of an online community going, people share each other's work and help each other online. But a lot of community is built in person. So doing things like trying to set up a build day, maybe at your local library, you can usually get a room for free, or you can rent a room somewhere and kind of get a group together, or maybe even a local brick and mortar store. Lots of options for that, but get people together and work on stuff together. There's so much support that you can get when you build with other people, and so much of the joy that can come from gunpla and the community is from building with other people. So that said, the other thing that I think people can do is trying to build up some of those local events and stuff like that. So IPMS, International Plastic Model Society, has events all over, like the ODO event I'll be going to next week. Some of these have Gundam categories, some don't. It might be worth reaching out to your local IPMS chapter and seeing what their event's like, going to their annual model show, trying to get a Gundam category added if there isn't, and use that as a kind of stepping off point to try to build more community, because those kind of events help bring people in and attract new builders. The more we can bring new builders into the space and kind of build them up, show them the way, and kind of help them get deeper in the hobby and learn more stuff, I think is better for everyone. So it's a great question. Also, he has a fun question. Favorite holiday besides your birthday? So I think I'd have to go with Christmas. I really love seeing my kids when they open presents. They, seeing that excitement on their face, and then just the whole family aspect of it. It's one of a handful of family holidays where we get everybody together, but I think it's usually a really good one. Get all the family together and all that kind of stuff. So I think that would be it. Thank you for the questions. We got one more question from Adolfo. Should we be wearing a mask when we sand? This is a great question. I wish I had a definitive answer for you. I feel like if I had a lawyer talking to my ear, I'd say yes, you definitely need a mask, because that's probably the safest answer. But I'm not sure. I definitely don't use a mask when I sand. If I were doing resin or anything that was extremely toxic, I probably would be wearing a mask when I sand and doing it somewhere where those toxins are not necessarily going to be exposing people to them. But it's kind of up to you, I think. I'm really curious what everybody else does. So if you're a builder, when you sand, do you wear a mask? Do you not wear a mask? I'm curious what everybody else thinks. Maybe somebody else has researched this deeper than I have. I think the majority of people don't, but it probably can't hurt. And so I think that's it for questions. If you have a question you want answered, post it down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer it next time. Thank you for watching. See you next time.